Good afternoon. Just to recap on last week's game, I thought it was a hard-fought contest. We knew it was going to be a 60-minute battle when you face a Alcon Brave team and a team that's being coached by McNair. He's always have his team ready to play. But I like to take my hats off to our players. They hung in there and they fought for 60 minutes. And fortunate enough, we came out on top. And moving forward to this week game right here, it's homecoming. You know, a lot of alumni are going to be in town. But as I tell our players, homecoming is not for us. You have to win your homecoming game to be able to come back as alumni and enjoy homecoming. So we do understand the task at hand right now. Nothing changes for us. We just need to go 1-0.
Coach, can you tell us the names of the 11 players that are suspended?
The only thing right now that I'm focused on right now, honestly, I have tunnel vision. I'm just looking at who we have to play Virginia-Lynchburg, a team that's going to come in here hungry and excited about playing football.
Are those players going to serve the suspension this week?
Again, just talking about the football game. I'm open to any questions concerning the Virginia-Lynchburg game.
Do the players suspended, does it impact game plan? Does it impact personnel, like with packages and things like that on either side of the ball?
Nothing changes for me. I'm a coach of, I believe in out of sight is out of mind. What's here right now, the people that's going to play, we're going to have them prepared to play a 60-minute football game.
Do you worry about guys looking ahead to next week?
You know, you guys probably already know I'm a praying man. I believe in if you're going to pray, why worry? If you're going to worry, why pray? So I'm not worried about looking. Right now, what we focus on going 1-0, and that's against a hungry and a team that should be looking up to try to do something that no one expects them to do. So we're going to prepare for Virginia-Lynchburg.
Did you get a game film from Virginia-Lynchburg, Coach?
We did. We got some games. We're in that portal now where you can pull games from everywhere because we're a part of it. So we do get our opponent. Unfortunately, we just got some tape from their last game late last night, but that doesn't bother us. We was able to see maybe 3 or 4 games of them playing this year.
What is their attack like? What is their offense stress, and how are they defensive?
They're going to throw the football. 69% of the time they throw the football. They only run the ball not often, but right now they're playing a lot of different quarterbacks. They do have a big receiver, about 6'4", 6'5", that they look to get the ball to. They have a scat back in the backfield. So they're going to be a spread offense and try to spread you out and create mismatches.
What kind of defensive plan do they have? Is it
Pressure defense. You look at them, they're going to bring a lot of different blitzes from different angles of the field. They like to man you up on the outside, so they're aggressive, and they should be right now. They're aggressive right now, so it's not nothing that we haven't seen before. When you talk about playing the 7th game of the season, you should have faced every front and every blitz that everyone's trying to do right now.
Do you like these games? Excuse me. Do you like these games in the sense of you can get a lot of guys reps, you can get a lot of guys game experience throughout 4 quarters?
You know, I'm fortunate enough for us. We don't worry about the opponent. We just worry about us. We try to address Southern University. So regardless of who we play, we're going to prepare the same way because it's about us getting better each game, each day.
Yeah, now true freshman step up in Carl Liggett, how he assessed the way you can run the football over the next 2
Well, we knew that he had something with him. You know, I think we got a lot. We got 2 freshman running backs that can run the football as well as some vets. So it's just a opportunity. Those guys get an opportunity to play. We feel real good about those guys.
How do you go about the rotation at running back? Is it whoever has the hot hand? Is it what the defense is giving you? How do you go about that?
It's tough. You know, I lay a lot on my assistant coaches to be able to move those guys in and out because I don't feel that one guy can do everything. So we try to I let the assistant coaches put those guys in and out. But he's been doing a great job. Coach Fusilier doing a great job with those guys. You know, we have a philosophy that we use, and I think it's been working well for us. It's enough food at the table for everybody. Just got to come sit there.
What's the biggest thing about getting freshman running backs in a rhythm, especially, you know, in an offense that's predicated, they're in a position that's predicated on what the offensive line does, what everybody else does, so their production might not be solely on them. How do you get them in a rhythm to have success?
I think it's easier with freshman running backs because they don't have any bad habits. You know, they're coming from there. They learn the only things that you're teaching them right now. They're excited about coming to college, so they want to grasp everything that you're teaching them. So it's kind of easier with the freshman running backs because they're going to do what you tell them to do.
Coach, what did you see in the Alcorn game that you like about your team coming out and moving forward? The best thing that came out of that game for you?
The thing that I saw, you know, a lot of times to get a good team, you got to go through a lot of different phases. And I thought to pull out a close ball game, you know, the games that we've been able to win this year here, it in a sense, has kind of been lopsided. You know, you can tell probably in the third quarter who was going to win the game. But this game right here, to go all the way down to where the defense had to make a tough stop, where the offense had to be able to get a couple of first downs. And then also we had to work out on special team where our punter was able to flip the field. So you want to see that to gauge your team to see where they are. Not saying that we have crossed that bridge yet, but I can see that those guys are prepared for that.
Do you think that does a lot for a team's self-confidence when it wins a close game?
Absolutely, I think it does because you know it's so easy to win a game when it's lopsided. You know, everybody's having fun, but to win a game of this magnitude and to be so close and to pull it out, I think it works in your favor.
The defense you mentioned showed their stuff in the second half. It does against run-heavy teams. We're talking about now a team that's going to spread it out. Does that change the guys that you have out there, especially in the front four?
No, because I think it still go down to that front seven. What kind of pressure they can apply to how much time that guy have to throw the football. But, you know, we're very confident in our secondary as well. Those guys have been up to the task, and our defense has been playing some sound football. You know, I hope now that we just don't always wait till the second half to shut teams out. I hope we can start that in the first quarter.
Coach, what would you say these last three games, where's the most growth been from these last three to maybe the beginning of the season that you've seen?
Us playing as one unit. You know, the offense being able to complement the defense, and the defense likewise being able to get turnovers and get the ball to the offense. So I think we're starting to play more complementary football. You know, I am a fast-paced guy, and a lot of folks think that put the defense at a disadvantage. But I think we understand how to help one another to play a complete ball game.
Has that been, for them to get into that mold, has that just been constant preaching from you and your staff? Has it been, you know, just the luck of circumstances with who you're playing? What has been the thing that's clicked with them the most to get them to that point?
I think it's the way that we practice, the things that we do, the situational type things we do in practice. We try to cover every situation that could possibly go on in the football game. And for those guys to see that and then they have success, I think it helps the situation.
How much of a luxury is it having a punter like Bolton that can just flip the field like that?
Oh, it's huge to me. You know, you wouldn't think, you know, in our conference, most punters are not full scholarship players, but I thought that was very valuable to have a punter to be on full scholarship because what value it can bring to this year. I'm a guy that everybody think I'm just, and I am offensive minded, but I believe to win in this conference, you got to have great special team play.
How much confidence does he give a defense, you know, giving the opposing offense a long field to work with? Is that a confidence thing for that defense too?
Well, you know, it's kind of tough, that question that you asked, because I hope I don't have to use him at all, the punter, because I want to be able to score the football. But I tell you what, you know, it gives the defense a great confidence knowing that, you know, he can flip the field at any point of the field. So it helps out, and I guess that's why those guys wear defensive jerseys as well.
Coach, you've been through a lot of Southern homecomings. Does it distract the players? Do you have to remind players to try not to get caught up in the week's activities and things like that?
You know, I think that starts in camp. You got to know who your team. You got to be able to gauge your team and start planning that inside of those guys. Right now, we use that acronym WIN, and everybody thinks it's talking about winning games. No, what's important now? What's important right now that we focus on the tasks at hand right now. We're right in the thick of it. It's a long season ahead of us, and we can't stop right now. We can't let one situation, and it's all about choices. We can't let a choice dictate who we are and what we're going to become.
But do you encourage them to participate as Southern students in the homecoming activities, or do you discourage them?
Yes, I encourage them to participate after they graduate and come back.
You mentioned they're going to bring a lot of pressures. How confident are you in your offensive line, especially after their last performance?
I'm confident in it. You know, we go through a lot of situations, and we work through everything that those guys go through. Now it's up to those guys to go out and execute. But when you have a guy like Dallas Black that's experienced and been played in a lot of ball games, I think it helps out. He can make a lot of the line calls, and then for some of the guys that have been playing, those guys have been playing together for the last 3 or 4 years. So it kind of helps in the chemistry of the offensive line.
Do you think Bashan is, what do you see from him leadership-wise, the ability to get in and out of the flow of this offense? It seems like it's second nature now, and it's coming a little bit easier for him grasping this offense.
I think it took for Bashan and I to learn one another, and he understand what type of play call I am, and then I had to understand what type of player he was. And I think when you grasp that and you start working together, that's when you see the benefits of what a player can become. I think sometimes coaches get stubborn and want to do what they do, but I think you got to be able to do what the strength of those players.
Was it just in the sense of him understanding what you want him to do within the offense, or just what you want him to do just as a quarterback in general?
I think both. I think it's a good question. I think both because I'm a big play guy, and I just believe any play that I call should be a big play. So you got to make it happen regardless of what the situation is.
Coach, I hate to be that guy. Forgive me if it's already been addressed because I came in late, but what exactly happened? The suspensions? What exactly happened, and how did it get to that point?
Yeah, you are late in it. That's something that I'm probably not even talking about. I'm focused on Virginia-Lynchburg, and I know it's tough, but I think that's the direction we have to go. I'm a guy, I don't look in the rearview mirror. I like that windshield. It's a lot bigger. So what's ahead of us, I think, is a lot bigger.
Do you think it's harder to, what's the message now that you are atop the SWAC West? What's the message going forward? And do you think it's harder to get the guys to not focus on it versus having them focus on knocking guys off like you have the past 2 weeks?
No, that's part of our message as coaches, how to handle success. You got to know how to handle success, and I think we kind of was getting those guys prepared for that as the season started. You got to know how to handle success. It's one thing to do some things well, but then when you get there, what are you going to do to stay where you are? Don't change what you've been doing. What you've been doing got you to this point. Continue on for you to have that success.
Is there any chance this is a trap game?
I know a lot of folks believe in trap games. Right now, we're trying to go 1-0, and it's not our opponent. It's us that we have to face. So we understand what's ahead of us and what we have to do. I think the good thing about it, unfortunately, last year, they wasn't very happy in their homecoming, so why would you go through that again? So they understand what's at stake.
Not the strongest game on the ground from Bashan. We've seen better performances. What do you guys need to do differently this week to get that going again?
I think what helps Bashan out, he know that he can win in a different way. It's so easy to win when you're throwing 4 touchdowns, you're running for 2, but how do someone else get involved and you still have an opportunity to win? And I think that's what he understanding. When I say I want a guy that's a winner, that means make guys around you better and make them become winners as well.
Any other questions? Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you guys.